welcome to the Salt Lake City Sports Complex here in Salt Lake City, Utah. This is Josh Dangle doing your play-by-play today, and along with my color guy here, Jack Sewell.
Hey,
how are we doing tonight, Jack?
Wonderful. It's a pleasure to be here. Wonderful night here in Utah, about 50 degrees.
Perfect.
It's nice to have Alabama in town.
Yeah, definitely. They came in a good weekend, so.
Yeah, it should be a good game tonight. Got a tough loss last night, 4-3 in overtime, but we put up a good fight, so it should be interesting.
Calls, but it's okay. Like, the team's just got to bounce back and play through that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Josh, I thought both teams worked pretty hard last night. Everyone had quite a few chances. Alabama, maybe some more than us, but they weren't able to convert on all those. They've got a hard-fighting team, though. They put up pretty good fights for coming up to elevation here and trying to keep up with us. So they're doing well for themselves. Should be another good game tonight.
Yeah, the physicality was through the roof last night. Both teams were coming out hot, and playing the body, and making sure that their presence was known.
Yeah, that's for sure. Alabama's got a big team over there, and Utah's always been not quite so big, more average size. So, but we still like to throw the body around, like to play our game. So.
Yeah, they definitely weren't backing down. Another thing I'm noticing tonight, there's only one ref with the stripes. Looks like we're missing one ref that for the night. So instead of the typical 4 refs, we're running 3 refs, the old school way.
That'll be interesting to see how that plays out tonight. Hopefully more in our favor. But
yeah, so we shall see.
We shall see.
So the national anthem, here we go.
All right, game on, folks. Let's go.
All righty, well, we will see here how both teams come out this period. Yesterday, both came out playing very physical. Looks like we have Cody West starting on forward, for the skate. Oh, maybe he's playing D. Yeah, he is playing defense for the Skating Utes tonight.
I actually believe that Cody West is playing forward. Guy Petrie and Brett Meyer look to be starting out on defense. Otto Chow on maybe right wing here. Nick Vermelius at center, and Cody West on the left wing here. So we'll see how that works out tonight. Looks like a pretty good lineup to face up their first line here. Alabama's first line seems to be pretty competitive. They play a pretty good puck movement game, so we'll see how this works out.
Yeah, we're looking at Nick Messina and Tyler Bowman, along with Jeremy Hanna on forward, with
There you go.
Lavorin and McInnes on D. So it looks like Brett Meyer holding in the near side corner across. Guy Petrie, Otto Chow, breakout in the zone. Failed attempt, Cody West playing the body. Alabama brings it out back. Brett Meyer bringing it back into his own zone. Chased down by number 95 for Alabama. Cody West up the right side. Alabama plays it on back. Alabama gains control. Top of the circles. Oh, pushed down by Cody West. Chance by Cody West. Oh, pushed it across the crease. Alabama trying to break it out here, and they do. 3-on-2 if they hurry on the way back. Nice fake slap shot. Chipped out by Tristan Lieberknight, brought up and back by Cody West, offsides. Oh, looks like he's going to get a penalty here. Cody West, for unsportsmanlike conduct for shooting the puck here after the whistle had blown.
That's an interesting call there. I thought that was right on the whistle there, but it's ref obviously saw something different than we did. So
yeah, it looks like the Utes getting themselves in trouble here in the first minute with penalties. Cody West goes for unsportsmanlike conduct, 2 minutes. We shall see how the Utes play out here. One draw back by King. Rimmed around by David Barnes and pushed out by Banks. On the breakout here for Alabama, bringing on through, swings on through between Banks and King. Toe drag, pull and stop by Casper, flashing the leather here. Yeah, that's an unsportsmanlike conduct call that they called on Cody West there for shooting the puck after the whistle. I think that's kind of just the one ref making sure that everyone knows that he's in charge, which completely understandable. Usually he's got 2 guys with him, and he's just making sure that the guys on the ice know that. Oh, off the post here. Alabama brings it on up, brings it to the point. Across the blue line, tip in front, and a nice save by Casper. Pushed all the way down by Brett Meyer. Alabama's goalie comes out to play it. And here they come to break it out. Pushed across here, 89 for Alabama. Tries to float one in to the middle of the zone. Gets the puck back, brings it around the net. Flips to the blue line, 65, cannot keep it in. Alabama has to come back and regroup in the neutral zone here. Alabama seems to have a lot of guys that like to bring it up with a lot of speed. What do you think about that?
yeah, I'd say so. They like to get back in their zone, regroup a little bit, and bring it in with speed through the neutral zone into the offensive zone there. So it's definitely a good game style, not one that the Utes are used to. So it seems like we're putting up a good fight against it here.
Alabama brings it back on out for an icing. After last night, we'll see how both teams respond. It was a later night, a later game, and we'll see how Alabama responds here in the elevation.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Looking at their roster, it looks like they're a few guys short from when we played them in their home state of Alabama. We'll see if that affects them at all, but just judging from our point of view here, it looks like both benches are pretty even. So we'll see how tonight goes for both teams.
Tristan Lieberknight here with the shot. Oh, King with the weak backhand in front. Alabama brings it on behind the net. Alabama brings it on in there into the offensive zone. David Barnes rims it around and stopped. Oh, King just can't stop on it.
Bounce there.
Yeah, just a nice bounce off the net there. Nice save by Casper. Alabama trying to win the battle behind the net. To the point. Oh, here we go. David Barnes with the break. 2-on-1 if they hurry. David Barnes and Alex King. Oh, great play by number 26 on Alabama with the slide. And we are even here with 16:50 left in the first period.
Yeah, laying down there on 2-on-1. That's a good defensive play right there.
Alabama brings it on in, dumps it on in on Casper. Ooh, Casper had a little tough time with that one. Tyler Pendle holding it behind the net, waiting for a little breakout here. And here they come. Otto Chow picking it up around the net. Stops, doesn't like what he sees, gives it back to Tyler Pendle, takes it behind the net to regroup. James Cahill skates it behind the net, rings it around for Otto Chow.
Seems though this year we've been having a little bit of trouble getting it out of the zone in those PKs and then 5-on-5 situations. You have anything to add on that, Josh? What do you think might help?
Yeah, it's just the moving on up to Division I. It's guys are faster, bigger, stronger, and we're a younger team this year, so it's just going to take some experience, and we'll see how it all goes out. Guy Petrie moves on up. Alabama shoots it on back into the zone. Brett Meyer in the chase. Brings it out around his own net. Brings it on through the neutral zone. 4 guys lined up along the blue line. Makes a move, around 2, 3. Nice little chip on net, then kind of gets upended. To the point, Lane Bridges. Lane Bridges' shot's blocked. Puck bounces on back into the neutral zone. Alabama gains possession behind their own net. Tries to chip it out. Bad play. Kudarsh with the shot. Oh, good save by Alabama. Kept on deep by Utah. Alabama brings it on their own net, brings it up the left side.
Looks like fourth line's out here right now doing what they do best, just keeping the puck in the zone, tiring the other team out.
Yep, and that's all they need. They just need to, everyone needs to know their role and just keep on grinding. Alabama brings it on into the offensive zone. Oh, big hit by David Barnes. Puck shot on out. Back in the neutral zone, controlled by Alabama. Tristan Lieberknight gains the puck in his own zone. D-to-D pass to David Barnes. Back to Tristan Lieberknight. Puck lost in his feet. Up the left side. Barlocker can't handle the pass. Puck back to Alabama up through the neutral zone. They regroup and bring it on back into the offensive zone here. Barnes with the failed attempt on the hip check.
Still got a piece from though, so
yeah.
At the end of the day, I guess that's what matters. Doesn't always need to be pretty, huh, Josh? You
Nope.
know that, huh?
I know how. They don't ask how, they ask how many. Perry with the body check on the near side. Barnes in a battle with Pendle behind the net. Barlocker gains the puck on the far side. Passes across the Reed Hunter. Puck just off kilter there, and Alabama back through the neutral zone. Just a good bounce there. Alex King with the good body check, and the puck goes into the Utah bench.
Looks like Connor Meany's back on the ice for the Utes here after a interesting call in the previous game. Who were we playing, Josh?
UNLV.
Last game against UNLV at home here, Connor Meany got a kicking penalty, so he was disqualified from that game and the game last night. So he's back in on the ice for us, so we'll see how this goes tonight. Hopefully he can perform.
Yep, and face-off here at center ice. Alabama wins the draw and shoots it on into the offensive zone. Guy Petrie in chase here, chips it on up the far side. Wins back the puck. Brett Meyer up the middle. 4-on-2 here. We'll see how this plays out. Hopefully doesn't turn out to be a odd man rush back. Guy Petrie.
There's a good step right there.
Yep. With the step. Chipped all the way down by Alabama. Beats out the icing call. Connor Meany kind of blew a tire there. Point uncovered. Shot and just wide. 26 corrals it just outside of the zone. And dumps it on in, and Alabama makes a change, so does Utah, and Guy Petrie sets up behind his own net. Allowing the Utah team to set up and make a breakout. Cornelius can't handle the puck all the way, chips it on out, right to Alabama. Alabama back through the neutral zone and brings it on into the offensive zone. Good move by number 91 for Alabama, past Cody West, and they make it into the offensive zone. Controlled by Tyler Pendle, makes a flip play that's not quite what he expected, and he still wins the puck back. Cornelius gains the puck back for a regroup, given to Guy Petrie, who surveys his options, makes a play up the middle. Nice play there by Tyler Pendle, and into the offensive zone for the U. Cody West in pursuit. Alabama makes a good breakout, and through the neutral zone they come. Into the offensive zone. Oh, nice move by number 97. Oh, chipped and off the bar. Or maybe that was Patrick Casper. I don't know what you saw there.
Yeah, no. Look from this angle like it was saved by Casper there. The last-minute desperation attempt. Didn't seem to think it was going to go that high there.
Eric Gossers with the chip out. Alabama looks for a play out. Makes it back through the neutral zone. They come. 3-on-2 here. Makes the play, stopped by Kudar. Up to Eric Gosseris, who's looking to chip the puck on through. And back to Alabama. Alabama comes on through the offensive zone. Shot through Tristan Lieber-Knight's legs, and Barnes pokes away. Up the near side. Oh, stolen by Alabama. Barnes making a diving play into the corner, making sure that the puck doesn't come towards the middle of the net. And puck chipped back in the offensive zone. Alabama player tries to push through the middle of the zone, and back we come.
Alabama's been doing a wonderful job tonight of bringing the puck through the neutral zone with speed. Quite a few of these plays in our defensive zone right now have been from their speed in the neutral zone.
Yeah, exactly. They do a really good job at regrouping and bringing on back. So.
They definitely do. It's been a change of pace from what we've seen when we were facing them at their home. They were a wonderful team then too. They beat us both games, but it seems like they've grown up a little bit. They've got to know each other, and just again here, still bringing the puck into the zone.
Yeah, Alabama bringing on back into the offensive zone with the battle behind the net. Push back to the front. And puck out of play. Looks like the face-off is brought outside the zone. And we have shots on goal right now are 5-4. Seems like that's a little low for Alabama right now, right?
Yeah, it does. Last night they beat us in shot by quite a bit. Not quite sure the final count, but I believe it was they beat us by about 15, 20 shots.
Yeah.
So they were doing a pretty good job putting pucks on net last night, getting some good opportunities.
I'm going to credit that to Utah changing up the defensive zone coverage and making sure not as many shots are getting on net, so Casper doesn't have to work quite as hard tonight.
Yeah, it looks like head coach Brett Hurst knows what was going on last night and made some changes in the lineups and in the playmaking, kind of decisions tonight. So. Looks like coaching staff's adapted to last night, and we're doing a good job.
Alabama brings it on back to their own zone. D to D with the breakout. Chips on by. Tyler Pendle swats it out of midair. Alabama has to regroup and bring it on into their own zone. Alabama regrouping in their own zone, brings it on through, gets over their own blue line and through the neutral zone. It brings it into the offensive zone. Drop for a misplay. Otto Chow in battle. Ooh, just missed the guy in the back door. Alabama brings it on into the top of the zone. Looks, surveys, gives it to the guy through the slot. Backhand shot over the net. So we're going to miss there by Tyler Pendle. Alabama has to bring it on in and bring it on back through the neutral zone. Looking to see it just hit by Cody West, but the puck bounces right to an Alabama player who dumps it on in. Stopped by James Cahill over across to Tyler Pendle and to the short side for Cody West.
Yeah, Cody West made the transition after our first semester here from defensive player to forward player here. So it's been interesting to see what's going on. As I'm sure you know, Josh, from watching the games. When he was a defensive player, he was always playing a pretty offensive position as a D-man. So it's good to see him up there. See what's going on.
Bounce off the near side boards almost got the Alabama goalie and popped up front. Yeah. So he's going to have to keep an eye on that. Alabama breaks it in through the neutral zone, gives it on to David Barnes, who flips it up, batted down by the Alabama player, tips in front to Casper. Casper holds on. Casper's been playing pretty well recently. He played really well last night, held the team into the game for a long time.
I see, so.
Coaching staff has been riding because he's been doing very well for them this season and last, and so hopefully it'll continue for him.
Yeah, after our starting goalie left last season, Patrick Casper stepped up as a freshman and did an absolutely phenomenal job. He was the one that kept us in the games all last year, so it's good to see him in that here. And hopefully he can continue his wonderful career here as our Utah goaltender.
Casper holds on to another one, face off in the same exact spot here. Let's see if Lane Bridges can pull one on back here against Bowman. Another lot. Oh, one on by Kudar. Shot back on in by an Alabama player. Brett Meyer holds and surveys his options, makes a play, and up the far side boards, flips it on through. It's Kudar who cannot handle the puck. Alabama defenseman tries to play it on back, can't hold it. Kudar surveys his options, keeps the puck deep, and works along the board in the battle with the Alabama player. Alabama wins the battle, brings it on back through. If he hurries, it's going to be, chip on through. Nice save by Casper into the side of the net. Alabama looking to hold it, makes a chip on through. Kudar with the puck, makes a good pass. Lane Bridges with this nice shot, held by the goalie, number 35.
Yeah, it was a good shot there by laying some traffic in front of the net. Goalie probably didn't see the entire thing there, so that's a good play there. Good offensive play.
Any shot on net's a good shot on net right now, correct?
That's true.
You should get anything on net, make sure this goalie knows that every puck's coming right towards him.
Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere, so we need to know that.
Alabama wins the faceoff, wins it on behind the net, pushes on out. Pushed back in by Tyler Pendle. Alabama regroups their own zone below the goal line. D to D, up the far side boards. And pushed on in by Alabama. Chased by Tyler Pendle. Nice little behind the back pass to James Cahill. Cahill up the boards to Reed Hunter, who can't handle the pass. On through to Perry. Alabama pokes the puck away and steps on the puck and brings it on back in through the neutral zone. A regroup by Alabama. Pushed on into Tristan Lieberknight. Tristan Lieberknight brings it on in through his own zone and bottom of the circles. James Cahill. Cahill up to Reed Hunter, who chips it on into the offensive zone. Chased down by Alabama off the back of the net. Stopped by Jackson Barlocker. Held on behind the net, just grinding away there. Jackson Barlocker also made the transition from forward to D, or D to forward, sorry. And, he's doing
a phenomenal
very
job.
well.
Yeah.
Alabama pushes it on out through the neutral zone, one-on-one, 91 on David Barnes. David Barnes makes a good play, taken down by Connor Meany. Alabama brings it on back through, chips it on up and into the offensive zone. Chased down by Tristan Lieberknight, chips it on back into the far side corner. Alabama gains control behind the net, up through the slot. Can't hold it. Behind the back. Looks like penalty coming.
Here, huh?
Coming to.
Alabama, goaltender out of the net. Alabama has 6 players versus our 5. Let's see what they can do with it.
It looks like it's going to be a hooking call on Utah. Banks knows it's coming. Skates directly to the box.
And right to the sin bin. That's the worst. You know you did something wrong, you're going right to the box. There's no arguing that one there, Josh.
Nope, stick parallel to the ice, and the guy went down. Obviously, they're going to call the hook. Face off here in the Alabama offensive zone on the far side. Lane Bridges against Joseph. Joseph wins the draw back to the top. Nice little face-off play there by Alabama. Shot blocked by Guy Petrie. Alabama pushes on in. Meyer in a battle in the corner with 2 Alabama players, pushed on out by Alabama. Alabama on the near side on the point to the center. Nice little shot. Nice save by Casper.
There, huh?
I think so. I think it may have hit his shoulder.
Okay.
Back to Alabama on the point. Left side point blocked by Guy Petrie again. Alabama gains control in the near side corner. Back to the point. Alabama tries to walk, fakes it. Back down low. To the point. Can't control it and out. Alabama has to regroup. Eric Gosseris making sure that Alabama doesn't get an easy entry. 2-on-2 coming on in, held by Patrick Casper and holds for a face-off on the far side. Looks like Utah could have used that face-off to make sure that they get a nice change and change up their D.
Slow the pace down a little bit.
Get a little rest going.
Get some good legs out there. Looks like you got Otto Chow, Nick Cornelius, David Barnes, and Tristan Lieberknight here out on the kill.
Should be a good kill here, so hopefully they can get the puck out here. Otto Chow chased down, defenseman pinches on in. Defenseman wins the battle and gains it to the point. Otto Chow opens on up, puck back to the point, pushed on down. Back in the near side corner for Alabama. Tries to stuff. Patrick Casper thwarts that with the poke check. Otto Chow comes out to face the shot. Back to the center of the ice here at the point. Back to the near side point. Alabama with the control. Playing a nice little umbrella here with the good control, but Utah's doing a good job thwarting any options that they have. Oh, and a nice little floater shot on net.
Nice
Patrick
clearance
Casper.
there by Leeds.
Yep, Patrick Casper had to fight that one off. Those are always the worst. The little floater shots always seem to squeak on through.
Never know where they're going to go.
Nope. Alabama brings it on back behind the net. Looking for an open guy. Floats it on in back to the point. Walks, puts it on net. No one there for a stick. Casper dives and holds on. Far side face off again. Casper doing a good job on thwarting any opportunity that the Alabama roll. What are they? Skating Tide? Is that what they're? I think they're the Skating Tide is getting. So we shall see how they play after this face off here. Alex King, far side draw, wins it back to Meyer, who is hooked, and we will have a hooking penalty against Alabama for getting a stick up in the hands of Brett Meyer here. So we're going to have a little 4-on-4 for the next 15 seconds with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the first period. Face-off will come all the way down into the Alabama zone.
Be interesting to see how we do from these 15 seconds here. There's been quite a bit of practice here with the team on 4-on-4 play, so it'd be cool to see in the offensive zone here what we can do.
Yeah, definitely. And we shall see how things are going with this 4-on-4. I know the Utes do a lot of 4-on-4 and 3-on-3 work just for a lot of conditioning, so we'll see how that plays out for them. Win by Alex King across to Guy Petrie. Guy Petrie looks for Alex King, taps it on back to Brett Meyer. Nice, and a tip by Connor Meady out front. Chipped it on back to Alex King. Alex King makes a nice move, comes out of the corner, looking for Connor Meady, and chipped on into the goalie's glove. That would make it full strength here for Utah with minute 42 left in the Alabama penalty. So we shall see how Utah uses this power play, see if they can't take advantage. Shots seem to be back in Alabama's favor for 13-7. Face-off lost by Alex King, rimmed around by Alabama defenseman. Chipped on back in by Guy Petrie. Banks brings it on in to the top of the point. Skating around with the shot, up and over the net. Guy Petrie brings it on back to his point. Across to Brett Meyer. On the ice shot, looking for a tip. Guy Petrie can't hold it, and the Utes have to regroup. Thrown it on back by King into the offensive zone. Tries to chip it on in, gets in a battle with the Alabama offense. With the shot and up and out of play. Looks like a offensive zone faceoff here for Cornelius with a minute 9 left in the power play. Back to Barnes. Barnes shot on in, stopped in front by the Alabama defenseman, chipped on out. Barnes makes a good stop as they tried to ice it all the way down. Lieberknight gains control of the puck, pushes across to Otto Chow. Otto Chow looks for control, pushes on back to David Barnes. Barnes chips it on in deep. Chased down by Cody West in a battle with the Alabama defenseman. 2 guys in there for the Utes, and the Alabama defenseman still comes away with the puck. Brings it on out. 3-on-2 here for Alabama. We'll see what goes on. Oh, if they hurry on back, they can get an odd man rush. Cody West brings it on in. 2-on-3. Drops to Chow. Chow gets hard check on the far side. Puck caught by Barnes. Brings it around the net. Looks for an option. Nice little move by Barnes. Goes for the backhand. And Alabama pushes it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds left here in the Utes power play. Brett Meyer corrals it behind the net, brings it on out, looking for options. Oh, guy blows the tire for Alabama. Looks like we can have an odd man rush if he hurries. Nice move by Brett Meyer and brought in the offensive zone. Cornelius at the top of the point, doesn't see the guy coming on, but gets the puck deep enough. Gives it back. Cornelius gains the puck. Guy Petrie with the puck up and over the net. Cornelius gains the puck back at the offensive zone blue line for the Utes. Oh, up and into Goose's neck area, but like a trooper, Goose stays on in, doesn't even flinch. Brought on back by Alabama. Brings it on in deep into the offensive zone. In a nice battle between Guy Petrie and 2 Alabama players. Still battling in the near side corner. Petrie and 2 other Utes are against 2 Alabama players. Puck pushed out, and back into the corner they come. Nice little short side save there by Patrick Casper as Guy Petrie gains control of the puck and brought on in back. Pushed on up to the near side to Kudar. Kudar brings it on in, toe drag and shot on net. Nice little save there for Alabama. Connor Meany with the slap shot back on in. Alabama 1-on-4 back into the offensive zone. Minute left here in the first period. Alabama gains control back into the offensive zone. Connor Meany with the nice little play with the chip through.
Beautiful.
Odd man rush back, gives Banks, and pushed into the net. A little scuffle here. Last night we saw a bunch of these scuffles go on. There was a couple plays by the Alabama players that pushed them into Casper, but it went both ways here, so looks like face-off is coming outside because of the push in by Banks.
That's just good hard-nosed hockey there. You got to crash the
Yeah,
net.
just taking it to the net. So
Got to crash the net. That's hockey 101 right there. Looks like after that play, though, King was having a little scuffle in the corner there. Seems as of last night. Alabama players don't seem to be quite the biggest fan of our captain there, King.
no, King's been getting in their heads a little bit and making sure that they get all for it here. So looks like puck went out of play and up and out. Neutral zone face-off here between King and Sam Messina. Looks like there's 2 Messinas on the team. A couple brothers. That'd be kind of cool to play with your brother. Pushed on in by the Utes. Played on in behind the net by the Alabama goalie. Brought on back to the neutral zone for Alabama. Chips on in. Lieberknight breaks up the odd man rush. Chips it on out. But pushed on back in. A little 1-on-2. Pushed on out, held in by the defenseman for Alabama, chipped on through, big save, big blocks for the Utes. 15 seconds left here in the first period. Shots are now 13-10. Banks with the nice stop of the shot, looks on up and just chips it on in through King. King looks to make a play, nice little shot on net, held by the Alabama goalie. And we have 5 seconds left here in the first period. This first line here seems to be grinding away and making some good progress, but looks like King's line mates just got a little too tired for him, so they made make a change. Chow, Fornelius, and Cody West back on into the zone here. So
Be cool to see what Coach Uris has here. 5 seconds left. See if he gave Fornelius a little play here.
and he
Wonderful.
kind of does.
That's
Nice
a good
little
chance.
play through
Very
there
good
for
chance.
Fornelius, and stops. And at the end of 1, we are tied here at 0. Shots 14-12 for Alabama. Both teams playing hard-nosed hockey and making sure that they are playing strong defensively. Definitely not as much nitty-gritty scrums as we saw last night. So we shall see when we come back here for the second period in Salt Lake City. 0-0 at the end of the first. And we're back here for the second period. I'm joined again by Jack Sewell. 0-0 game here. Physical Alabama seemed to be able to fly on in through the neutral zone and come on against the Utes.
Yeah, both teams came out playing pretty well tonight. It doesn't seem like we have quite, either team has quite the pace of last night, which is kind of interesting. Usually the second game we see a bit more of a pickup in the pace. Last night was a bit more physical, so hopefully maybe we'll see that tonight here in the second and third period, see what the Utes can do.
Yeah, so we'll see what adjustments were made at the end of the first period. Both teams here are playing strong physical hockey. Shots again are 14-12 for Alabama. We see the refs joining us here on the ice, followed by Alabama. Here come the Utes here. So we shall see here how the second period plays out. We hope to see the Utes bring a more strong physical presence in and make sure that they get the puck deep. Alabama's been doing a really good job on bringing on in through the neutral zone and doing a good regroup and bringing it on back through. So we look forward to seeing what's going to happen here in the second period. And here we go with the start of the second period. King, Meany, and Banks with Meyer and Petrie on defense. And King loses the draw. Alabama regroups to the neutral zone. Brings it on in through the middle of the neutral zone. Big hit there by King. Oh, and another one by Banks.
Looks like we're stepping up the physicality here in the second. Coach Bray here must have a good talk with them.
Petrie makes a nice move in the slot. Oh, and puck poked away here. Meany playing it down low with Petrie. Push it on in through, controlled by Alabama. Chips it on out. Petrie with the stop. Petrie with the puck on the near side. Tipped by Meany. Meany pushes it on back to Banks. Banks pulls it on back to his own blue line. Held by King. Pushed on back to Banks. Banks chips it on in down to in the near side corner. Banks with the body check. 2 Utes and 2 Alabama players battling out to King. King makes a play. Pushed on out by the Alabama goalie. Brought on back behind the net by Meany. Meany pushes on the Lieberknight. Lieberknight puts it on net. And we'll have a goalie interference here by Banks. He looks like he just got pushed in there by an Alabama defenseman and made a goalie interference call. Seemed to be an easy one. Didn't really make an attempt on coming out and staying away from the goalie there. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it was an easy call on their part, but interesting thing is you see the Alabama goalie and Banks talk sometimes in between the whistles there. So it looks like they're friends. They might know each other from playing hockey together.
Yep, and now we have 2-minute power play here for Alabama. Alabama pushes it on up. Alabama across the far side, blue line. Pushes it on out, up and over the net. And out of the zone. Alabama has to come all the way back and regroup in through their own zone after the shot up and over the net.
Looks like Cody West there's chasing it down.
Alabama regroups and brings it out of their own zone. With a little speed to the neutral zone, little move past Cody West. Brings it on in, down below the goal line, back to the point for Alabama. Alabama looks, makes a shot, tried to get a tip in front, and pushed all the way back down by Brett Meyer. Alabama's goalie comes out to play the puck and corralled behind the net by an Alabama defenseman. Holding, waiting for his players to set up the breakout. Pushed on out by the defenseman into the offensive zone. Joseph bringing on in, back on through. Nice save by Casper, looks. And another great save by Casper. Meyer seems to may have helped that one. Petrie with the poke and pushed on up to the blue line by Meyer. Lane Bridges fronts the Alabama defenseman, pushed on in, back to the near side defenseman. Another big block by
That's
Meyer.
A good block right there.
Looks like Myers a little banged up from that block, but he's staying in there, making sure that he's clearing out Alabama players from the front of the net. Pushed on back to the blue line for Alabama. Back to the point with a nice slap shot and just wide off the side of the net, near side corner. Alabama pushes on in and pushed all the way down by Guy Petrie. Alabama defenseman making a corral behind their own net. Brings it on in slowly through their defensive zone. Pushes on into the neutral zone with some speed. Can't handle that pass by the Alabama force. Meany with the big hit. Barnes with the wrap all the way around. Banks looks to maybe beat out the icing. Alabama goalie comes out to play it, and he does. Meany wins the race, gives it out to King. Oh, and just can't connect. Alabama brings the puck on back right through the neutral zone.
Big hit.
Big hit by
David
Barnes.
He's going to feel that one tomorrow.
King brings it on in through the near side. Hooked by the Alabama defensemen and forwards. Chipped down in by Tristan Lieberknight. Utah goes for a full sail change and just out of reach of the Alabama forwards. Alabama wins the puck race, controls it on the offensive zone for them. Chipped down out by Nick Cornelius. Alabama controls on the far side point. Open over the net with the slap shot. Cody West with the chip on in. Cody West could be a break. One-on-one, short side. Oh, and just a nice stop. Otto Chow chips it on in. Cahill. Cahill puts it on net. Corralled by Pendle in the far side corner. Forney behind the net. Otto Chow takes a big hit, and Alabama controls the puck. 3-on-2 back the other way, and a chip on in by Alabama.
Looks like they're going to get a full change here, get some new guys on the ice.
Pendle behind the net, up the near side. Otto Chow just looked a little scared on that one and goes for an icing for Utah. This seems to be more of a physical play for the Utes this period, and they're controlling more of the action. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like they had a little talk in the locker room here, decided to pick up the physicality, pick up the play a little bit, realized they didn't come out too strong, so they realized they needed to pick it up in the second, third period and show Alabama whose home rink it really is.
Alabama wins the draw, pushes on net, just a bit outside. Chipped on in, held on in by the Alabama defenseman all the way in below the goal line. Casper on his knees, making sure that puck doesn't chip on in. Chipped down out by Cody West. 3-on-2 for the Utes if they hurry. Cody West takes it in the far side to Nick Fornelius. Slide on net. Oh, and a big save by Alabama. Back on in. 2-on-2 for the Skating Tide. Brought on across and a shot on net. Stopped by the defenseman. Chipped on in up the boards to Eric Gossers. Gossers keeps it on deep. Held on in by an Alabama defenseman, won by Alabama. Back on in. A little 2-on-4 action for Alabama, bringing on in with the failed spin move into the offensive zone. Alabama with the forward open in the front of the net. Meyer with the puck battle in the corner, one to Kudar. Kudar looks back to Meyer. Meyer corrals it behind his own net, waiting and looking for that open pass. Meyer's done a really good job transitioning from forward to D this semester. What do you think?
Yeah, it's always tough coming back next semester. You know, about 3-4 weeks off from practice and games and coming back in a new position. But he's done a very wonderful job at adapting to it. But as our leading goal scorer, you know, the past few years, he definitely stepped up the position. It's not much of a surprise to anyone.
Casper holding it in after a nice scary bounce off his own defenseman, and we hold. So a big crowd of former Utes here in the corner here. A lot of big name guys from the program. Bo Bertinoli, I see over there. Zeph Fagrin, Michael Ahern, Seamus Bertinoli, Andrew Reed, Nick Johnson. A lot of guys that have really built this program to what it is today. A lot of those guys are former teammates of mine that I can't say enough about. They do a great job on keeping around the team, making sure guys stay positive around here.
See a golden age of Utah hockey right there.
Alabama wins the puck, keeps it on in behind the net, makes a good play behind the back, and a big stop by Casper, pushed on into the far corner. Alabama corrals it behind, pushing it behind the net, pushes it on front, open net shot, and a nice save by the Utah defenseman pushes down it.
Looks like
in
Tristan
and
Lieberknight got a piece of that, put it out of play.
up and out of play. And nothing more they can ask for. Slowing down the pace and making sure that guys are ready.
Yeah, speaking of the Golden Age of hockey here, I've got Josh right beside me that played with those very same guys he was talking about earlier in the night. But also one of our assistant coaches, Chase McDonald, was playing with Josh and those guys as well. So they're definitely the people that built up the program to what it is today. They made us or helped us transition to the D1 level. So we couldn't do any of this. We couldn't be where we're at without their help. So thank you, Josh.
Hey, no problem. We're just glad we could be a part of the program and be Ute for life here. Alabama corrals it behind the offensive zone. Meyer wins the puck battle, chips it to Otto Chow. Otto Chow wins it on into Nick Fornelius, who's in a puck stick battle with 2 Alabama players and wins the puck. Chipped on into the middle to Otto Chow, who passes it on across to Guy Petrie. Guy Petrie gets the red line and chips it on deep.
Nice little area pass there by Otto Chow to Guy Petrie. Gets deep. That's good hockey right there.
Chipped on in out by the Alabama player. Makes a nice move around the Utes defenseman and back on into the offensive zone for Alabama. Alabama's defenseman steps on up, pushes it on in. Cody West pushes on, shot and saved by the Alabama goalie.
High quality shot there by Cody West. He's definitely got some muscle behind him. Put the pepper on that puck there, huh? That's what the kids say these days.
I must be out of my hockey lingo here.
Yeah, it's been a bit since you played, huh?
Alabama all the way in. Pushed on back by Tyler Pendle. Barlocker controls the puck on the near side. One all the way back down by Alabama. Alabama controls in their own defensive zone. Pushes on it to the far side. Alabama pushes across. Gains the red line, chips it on, tries to chip it on deep and misses.
Good
Barlocker
hit there
with
by
the
Jackson Barlocker.
He also has made the transition from defenseman to forward.
Yeah, we've had quite a few different lineup changes here. A lot of players transitioning from forward to D and D to forward. So it's been interesting to see everyone adapt. I actually have not seen anyone that has made the transition to a poor job at their new job. So it's been pretty interesting to see. Obviously, the coaches have seen it all along. So it's good job on their part. Doing their job.
David Barnes loses the puck battle, but pushed on back in by Alabama into the offensive zone. Taken in behind the net, all the way across. Looks for the defenseman, cutting in, cross, and saved by Patrick Casper.
Two big saves there.
Yeah, 2 huge saves. David Barnes pushing on back into the offensive zone and stripped away by the Alabama defenseman. Oh, Lane Bridges, chipped away by Alabama. Alabama brings it on back. Regroups through the neutral zone and with speed comes on into the offensive zone past Jackson Barlocker around the net, looking for an open guy. Back to the defenseman, can't quite corral it, and saved. Big little collision there between Kudar and an Alabama forward.
Both of them get up there, so that's always good to see.
That's all you can ask for.
You always got to think about the kids. Kudar's out here coming off of a shoulder injury as well, so it's good to see him out here playing tonight and last night as well, stepping up. That's hockey for you, though.
Alabama coach was not happy about a non-icing call there, but was chipped out and touched by an Alabama forward from Tristan Lieberknight. Puck pushed on back, controlled by Lieberknight, chipped on back to Petrie. Petrie still trying to corral it and now holds it and waits for a breakout pass. Lane Bridges picks it up behind the net, passes it on across, and stopped by an Alabama forward. Alabama gains control of the puck, brings it on back to the neutral zone, looks, and chipped on back through by Kudar. Kudar can't chip it out, and brought on back in by the Alabama forwards. Bring it on back in, controlled by Alabama up to the point. Brought on out, and they'll have to either regroup or go for an icing. Lane Bridges tries to chip it on out, doesn't quite get it on over everyone, and he'll draw a tripping penalty with the slash as well, maybe. We may be seeing a double minor here. And he does. Lane Bridges gets a double minor penalty, both for tripping and slashing. Yeah, we definitely saw the first one. And then now we will see him sit for 4 minutes.
Looks like he was a little upset there about that.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with himself causing the tripping, and he just took his anger out with the slash, and it will now be a 4-minute power play for Alabama here with 9 minutes left in the second period. Lane Bridges will sit for 4, 2 for slash and 2 for tripping.
Yeah, 0-0's on the board here, and halfway through the game altogether. It's not always good to see something like that, but hopefully Utah here can come up with a big PK.
If they come up with a big kill here, they might swing some momentum in their direction and see if they can't put some stuff on net for the Alabama goalie.
Yeah, it always inspires some confidence when you kill off a big penalty like this. So.
Alabama wins it on back to their defenseman. Brought on back down in the near side post. Oh, tries pushing up front and pushed on out by Banks. Brought on in by Alabama. Alabama trying to regroup into the offensive zone, and they can't quite get it. Chipped down in by Alabama. Down below the goal line. Win the puck battle past Banks. Up to the point. Back down to the half wall. Half wall to the center of the ice with the slap shot and a big block by Alabama themselves. Chipped down out by Meyer. Meyer gets it all the way down, but it looks a little sore to get up there. And needs to get back in the play here. And it's a play, chips it on back straight to the Alabama forward, breaking on in. Looks like they need a change there defensively here for Utah. Both Petrie and Meyer looked a little gassed, but they're doing a great job positionally and brought on up. Big save by Casper.
Yeah, that 4-minute penalty is pretty tough, especially when our bench is on the opposite side of the ice here. So
and a big play all the way down by Petrie. He looks like he needs to make himself a change. And Alabama corrals it behind their own net. That was a big time save there by Casper to allow the Utes to make a big change that they needed. Alabama wins it on in all the way to the far side half wall. Otto Chow making a great play, but he puts it right back into the Alabama offensive player. Alabama corrals the puck, takes it into the top of the point. Looks, gives it on back to the far side. Shot and chipped out of the play by Otto Chow. Yeah, Otto Chow's been doing a great job. He reminds me of another Ute that's in attendance tonight. Julian Cronin. A lot of energy, a lot of grit. Make sure he works really hard all the time. Stick always in the right spot. He kind of has that longer stick, so.
Yeah, no, he's definitely stepped up this year. Otto Chow's a freshman. He's not the biggest guy on the ice, but he does an absolutely wonderful job inspiring the team and working his tush off, his butt off.
Thanks for the choice words there, Jack.
Yeah, of course. Earmuffs.
Held by Patrick Casper. Casper for the offensive zone. Holds for the defensive zone draw. I'm doing great. We got the giggles on that one.
Looks like Alec King here is taking the draw with number 9 here, Messina.
I think he is Messina. And one all the way back down by Tristan Lieberknight. Goalie comes out to handle it. And corralled by the Alabama defenseman behind his own net. Setting up the breakout, pushed it on back. Number 95, Taylor Bowman, sorry. Pushed on into number 94, Stephen McInnes. Banks tries to rim it around, gives it right on back to the defenseman for Alabama, who pushes it on back in below the goal line for Alabama. Bowman brought on into the top of the circle, across to McInnes. McInnes looks back to Bowman. Bowman with the shot and off the post and in.
Yeah, that's a tough break there for the Utes. That 4-minute penalty definitely did not help out. Looks like there's 1:17 remaining, and that penalty for number 12 Lane Bridges. We're through the halfway point, but didn't quite get through the end there.
So that will negate the penalty with 6:50 left in the second period. We are 1-0 Alabama. Shots are 24-17 for Alabama. Looks like the line that come out here is Cody West, Nick Fornelius, and Otto Chow to bring back some energy.
Yeah, this is a good line here. This is all a bunch of young guys. Guys like to have a good time. So let's.
Guy Petrie pushed it on in all the way down. Chipped on in back for Alabama. Alabama on the far side, half on their defensive zone, chips it on in.
Oh,
Nice
good hit
step
there.
by
That's
Brett
a
Meyer.
good step.
If he wouldn't have caught a piece of him, it would have been a 2-on-1 back the other way. Guy Petrie in a battle behind their own net. Got gained on in by Otto Chow. Otto Chow brings it on through the neutral zone. Oh, and a big offsides there by Cody West.
Yeah, it's good to see Guy Petrie there adapt to Brett Meyer's play style. Guy Petrie used to play with Cody West, number 18, who stepped up to forward this semester. So it's good to see that guys available and okay adapting to Brett Meyer's play style after playing with Cody for over a year. So they've both played wonderful together, and Cody's been playing wonderful as forward right here as he's on the ice right now. So let's see what he does.
Face-off won by Utah all the way back into their own zone. Casper holds it for a face-off here in their Utes defensive zone on the far side. The Utes lose the draw in the defensive zone all the way across. Big block by Cody West into the defensive zone. Utah looking to gain control. Cahill does behind the net, pushes down on up all the way up to the defenseman of Alabama.
That's always a tough play as a winger to get that wrap on the boards there, but it looks like we regain possession here and battling back here in the Alabama defensive zone. Just got to get puck back.
Alabama gains control in the neutral zone. Fornelius tries to control all the way across to James Cahill below the goal line in the defensive zone. Tyler Pendle gains control off the back of the net. Nice little fake spin move back to Cahill. Cahill on up to Cody West, who doesn't gain control of that pass. Alabama regroups, gains control back in the neutral zone. Cody West across the red line. Tries to make a move, doesn't quite work off the Alabama defenseman. Alabama makes a move in the middle of the neutral zone. Across the red line they come and back towards the Utah net. Pushed all the way across, and a nice little trip there by Cahill in the front of the net. No call. Cahill behind the net, brought on in, looks for Jackson Barlocker. Barlocker opens up for Cahill. Cahill over the red line, on net he goes. Nice little shot there.
That's always a solid play.
Always a solid play to put on. Held by Alabama's goalie there for a face-off on the near side here.
That's good awareness by James Cahill there. He saw that his guys needed to change, get off the ice, so he puts it on net and gets a nice whistle there.
5 minutes left here in the second period. It's 1-0 Alabama. Shots are 26-18, and we will see Alex King, Connor Meany, and Darren Banks here for the Utes. Alabama wins the draw behind their own net, pushes it on across the far side half wall, brings it on into the neutral zone across the red line, ships it on in past Tristan Lieberknight. Back on in below the goal line of the Utah defensive zone. Brings it on the near side half wall, pushes on back for a cycle. Alex King chips the puck away. Meany can't win the battle on the near side point. Pushes on. Darren Banks controls at the point. Chips it on through. Can't quite get it. Barnes on the near side corner tries to make a spin move. Can't quite get it either. Oh, a nice little push on in for the Alabama defenseman. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain down there. Alabama brings it on in, back across the red line. Nice little shot off the crossbar and out. That was a nice little play for Alabama.
Oh, that's interesting. It looks like 58 there for Alabama. And number 8, David Barnes, are getting a little skirmish on the ice.
Looks like they're going after a couple guys here on Utah. The Alabama coach is doing a little talking, wondering why that wasn't called by the ref there, and David Barnes, it just looked like they got tangled up and taken into the boards. 4:15 left here in the second period. Still 1-0 Alabama. Nice little defensive zone draw here for the Utes. See how this plays out. Looks like Eric Gostris will be taking it against number 95, Bowman. Won by Bowman, pushed on in. Oh, just a bit wide on Patrick Casper.
Yeah, Josh, rightly so on that Alabama coach part here. You know, you never like to see your player go head down, head first in the boards. So that's never something you like to see.
Yeah,
Looks like Alabama gets a nice check in there, but oh, there we go.
Held in by Kudar. Kudar pushes on in, shot on net, just a bit outside and out of play behind the net. Chip, I think it was tipped on in by the Alabama defenseman, and we will see an offensive zone draw here for the Utes. A lot of play has gone on here on the Utah defensive zone, so we're looking for a little face-off play here from Coach Harris and see what we can got drawn up here.
Yeah, let's see what he has up his sleeve right now.
It'll be Fornelius against Durkin. Oh, Chow with a little chop on the near side.
Looks like they're getting a little chippy out there.
Chow isn't allowed to take the face-off. Looks like Cody West will come in and take a face-off here. Won by Cody West, pushed it in but controlled by the Alabama defenseman. Chow gains control, pushes it on back into the offensive zone for Utah. Puck won by Alabama, brought on in out their own zone. Across the red line, chipped on in, stopped by Tyler Pendle, pushed on out by Otto Chow. Alabama gains control and chips it on into the defensive zone for Utah. Utah pushes on in back around the net for Cahill. Cahill chips it on into Chow. Pushed on in all around by the net by McInnes. Tyler Pendle pushes on the puck on out for Utah. Chow gains control of the puck, but loses it back to the Alabama forwards. Alabama chips it on in, one across the red line. Chips it on in deep. Foot race between Pendle and Godfrey.
Good hit there by Tyler Pendle. Looks like Otto Chow's getting a little chippy tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's kind of fully embodying that physical mentality that that number 20 Julian Cronin used to have.
Yeah, no, it's good to see out there. You need to see some energy from the rookies when these freshmen come in. You want to see them pumping up the older guys. So it's definitely nice to see Otto Chow getting some energy out there and getting the boys ready to go.
Won by Nick Fornelius, wrapped all the way around. Cody West gets the puck, pushes on it, but can't be held in by the Alabama offense. Cody West chips it on into Cahill. Cahill brings it across his own zone, chips it on out to Otto Chow. Chipped on in by the Alabama defenseman. Alabama makes a nice little move. Otto Chow gains control on the half wall on the far side. Number 13 for the defenseman of Alabama. Brings it on in back for a little regroup. Passes it on across number 26. 26 looks for an open man, finds number 36. Alabama brings it on into the offensive zone. King gains control, gives it to Meany. Meany chips it on in deep, gives it back to King. King with the open net. Oh, just a big save by the Alabama goaltender. Near side half wall, Barnes picks up the puck. Barnes takes to the front of the net, shot on net. Oh, another save on the ice. Lieberknight chips it on deep. Meany brings it around the net. Banks makes a good move. It's a good spin off the defenseman for Alabama, and now gets into a little battle with the Alabama defenseman. Brought on back to Barnes. Barnes chips it on in to the defensive zone for Alabama. Pushed on out by the Alabama forwards and all the way down the ice.
That's definitely what we needed here in the second period. Most of the play being in our defensive zone. It's nice to see the first line get out there, step up, and make some good moves in the offensive zone.
Lieberknight does a good job on holding it in. Pushed on in behind the Alabama goal. Oh, just goalie was out of play. Banks tried to put it on net. Gains control on the far side. Oh, just chipped out by the Alabama forwards. Alabama brings it on in, back 3-on-2. Nice play by David Barnes there to break it on up, but he can't control the puck. Banks gains control behind the defensive net. Brings it on in, back to the middle. Nice two moves there on a couple of players. Brings it over the red line. With 1 minute to play here in the second period, we're still 1-0 Alabama. Tries to bring it on in front, but can't quite get it there. We have a 4-on-2 for Alabama if they hurry. Alabama chips it on in deep. Barnes and Chase. Barnes gains control in the far side corner, up and over, out. Cody West in the battle, along with King on the far side. Won by Otto Chow. Otto Chow on the far side corner. Nice hit on number 94 with Otto Chow. Back to Meyer. Meyer with the one-timer. Oh, and a big save sprawling out there for the goalie.
That's a high-quality scoring chance right there, Josh.
Meyer does a good job. 22 seconds left in the period. Chow gains control. Back at the top of the circles of his own defensive zone. Gives it on in. Can't quite connect with Meyer. Chipped all the way deep by the Alabama forwards. Casper comes out to play it, and no one can gain control. Petrie gains control behind his own net to the near side half wall, to the middle. Backhand blind shot, and can't quite get it there, and that's the end of the second period here. in Salt Lake City. After 2, we are 1-0 Alabama. Shots 26-20 for Alabama. And we will be back here at the end of the second period.
And we're back for a Utah hockey third period. Utes are down 1-0 to Alabama. Let's see if we can pick it up this period. Shots are 26-20 Alabama. Let's see if the Utes can put a few on net and get a few in the back of the net. Go Barmejo. Put those pucks in the net.
Yeah, it looks like we're just waiting on Utah here. And here they come. Here come the Utes back on the ice for the third period. Like my co-host here, Jack Sewell, said, we are down 26-20 here with shots. And we shall see what the period brings.
Yeah, at this point for Utah, it's all biscuits and baskets. You know, we need...
Yeah, Utah needs to be able to put the biscuit right in the basket there. Jack, they're doing a pretty good job of getting pucks to the net, but they need to do a better job on getting pucks to the net here. Looks like we have Banks, Meany, and King starting off the third period here. And we are just waiting on a few extra players here for the third period.
Yeah, that's first line here. They've been doing a good job tonight putting pucks on net and keeping the puck in the offensive zone. That's what we really need right now. We need an increased shot count here and maybe get a few opportunities here, put them in the back of the net.
So the Utes will start with King, Meany, Banks, Petrie, and Meyer on D. The Skating Tide will have Rooney, Joseph, Teed, Lavorin, and McInnes to start the third period. Alabama brings it on through the neutral zone across the offensive zone blue line. Nice block by Meyer. King gains control up to Banks on the near side. Banks on in. King brings it on in offsides on Banks.
Looks like we're getting a line change here for both teams. We'll see if this brings some intensity here for Utah, see if we can get some pucks on net and get some opportunities here.
Definitely. Both sides seem to look to have a lot of energy coming out of the third period here.
Yeah, Fornelius has been doing well on draws tonight. He's been getting them to the net, and you know, coach had him in for those few plays where we've been in the offensive zone, need to get pucks on net.
This line here, Fornelius, Chow, and West seem to be doing a great job on bringing some energy and getting the puck deep and going to work.
Yeah, from what we've seen these past 2 weeks, it's a relatively new line, but they seem to be working really well together. So it's good that we figured this out at the end of the season here, or near the end at least. You know, before it's over.
Puck on in deep by Alabama. Barnes gains control in the far side corner, all the way ring across. Defenseman pushes it on in below the Utah goal line. Chipped on out by the Utes. No icing here because it went off of the Alabama player. Alabama gains control in their own defensive zone, rings it around for number 13 for Alabama. Gosser's in a puck battle along the near side boards and along the blue line. Alabama wins the puck. Messina brings it on in, chips it on into his number 90 for Alabama.
Looks like Coach Harris here is playing all four lines here, even though we've got a 1-0 deficit here. So that's pretty good to see. You know, he trusts in all lines. He believes that everyone's got their responsibilities and people can find opportunities.
Hunter gains control, gives it on into Meyer. Meyer tries to chip it on in, doesn't quite get all the way there. Brings it all the way across for Ouellette. Brings it on in for Alabama behind the Utes zone. Oh, and just chipped wide for Alabama. Alabama brings it on into the far side corner in the Utah defensive zone. Kicked on and in behind the net. Banks gains control on the near side half wall, chips it on in all the way across, and will go for an icing for our Utah. And looks like there's a little confusion on change here.
Josh, sounds like we got some Macklemore on the radio right now. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like it's 5 years ago tonight, doesn't it?
It sure does there, Jack. It's a little music that was not played in the last 5 years for sure. Looks like Gosseris will be taking the face-off against Joseph. here in the far side dot. Gossers, close draw. Cahill can't win the puck race. Gossers gains control behind the Utah defensive zone. Gossers brings it around the net. All the way out. Alabama needs to regroup. Gossers gains the puck.
That's a good move there by Gossers. Gives Otto Chow here opportunity. Oh, good shot on net.
Great shot on net by Otto Chow on the far side half wall for Cody West. Ringed around. Puck race for Nick Cornelius. Pushed on in behind the Alabama net. Alabama gains control behind their own net. Pushes it on in for a breakout. Barnes gains control. Just caught out of the midair by Joseph for Alabama. Barnes taking around his own net. Trying to wind it up. And no call on the stick in the feet. Chipped on in by Chow. Yeah, most of the fans here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex. Oh, a nice little battle right in front of the Alabama net. Brought on in number 97, Thomas Godfrey, chipped on in. Nice big block by Brett Meyer and up and out of play. We have face-off here in the near side defensive zone for the Utes. And we just get the message from the PA announcer to keep your head up as the puck goes out of the zone.
Yeah, Josh Shaw is out there. Big hard piece of flying rubber there. It doesn't feel good to get hit when you don't have any equipment on. So that's good. Good by the announcer. And then fans definitely need to watch out for that when they're in here in the rink.
And puck chipped on in by Brett Meyer. Makes a nice move around the Alabama defender. Chipped on in deep. Followed by Meany. Meany win a little puck race and tries to pass it on to the point. No one there, and Meyer chases it on into his own zone. Holding it all the way behind his own net. Chased in by number 91 for Alabama. Brought on out. Meyer still has the puck. Brings it across the red line and over the offensive blue line. Tries to put it on net. Can't quite get it there. And rings it around the net. Alabama gains control on the far side half wall. Banks in a nice little puck battle with an Alabama forward. Puck chipped on in behind the Alabama net. Alabama brings it on in. Nice little play. Nice. Broken up by Kudar. Alabama gains control. Brought in across the red line again. And tries to dump it on him, but Pendle breaks up another play. Goose gains control. Kudar gains control on the near side half wall. Brings it on in near side corner. Goose and Kudar doing work on number 94 McInnes. Joined down in by another Alabama defender. Pushed on in by Pendle. Pendle, nice shot, just a bit wide. Cahill gains control, pushed it on in behind his own net. Alabama gains control. And we'll have a nice little, looks like a holding call against Alabama behind his own net. Goose does a good job in keeping his feet moving there to get the hold call. Number 95, Taylor Bowman will be going to the box for 2 minutes for holding. And the Utes will have a power play with 15-11 left in the third period, down 1-0. Shots 28-23 for Alabama. Utah's really done a good job on getting more pucks in the net and gaining more offensive zone time. Last period, Alabama really took it to them on the offensive zone time. So I'm really glad to see that Utah's done a good change on making sure they gain some more offensive zone time.
Go with Connor Meany settling the puck down here. That's a nice little pass out to point Brett Meyer there.
Meyer gave to Petrie in the near side top of the circle. Petrie looks, shot blocked, and almost chipped out. Petrie gains control again on the far side point. Dumped all the way around to Connor Meany on the far side half wall. Meany does a little work against an Alabama defender. Meyer gains control on the point. Gave it to Petrie. Petrie, a little flub there on the one-timer shot. Giving back to Meany. Meany shot blocked and battle won by Alex King. Connor Meany gains control on the far side half wall. Given to Meyer. Meyer shoots it on in and held by the goalie, number 35, Garrett Kingsbury. Kingsbury does a great job of being in position tonight and holding on to pucks when he really needs to. He also has done a good job of making sure that pucks have been played when they need to be played and when they need to be left alone. What do you think about that, Jack?
Yeah, no, he's done a good job tonight here for Alabama. He's definitely been doing his job. He's been performing well, so it's good to see him. It's always good to see a goalie performing well in net.
puck rung around the boards by Alabama defenseman, and the Lieber Knights in a foot race. Tries to chip it on in, doesn't quite get the amount of weight that he wants to. Puck gain control by Cody West. Cody West brings it in over the offensive blue line, stops in the near side half wall, looks and gives it to David Barnes. Barnes shoots in just a bit wide. Little puck race between Liebs and number 7 Messina. Puck gain control on the near side half wall by, just chipped wide by their Barnes. Forney wins the puck race behind the net, gives it to the front of the net. Chow, chipped in by Chow. Forney does a great pass. Chow does a great job finishing there on the front of the net. Chow evens the score at 1.
That's all it takes to stand in front of the net on a power play. Puck's going to come to you eventually. Oh, there we go. Chow down with the knee in the celly through the line there on the bench.
And Otto Chow does his best to keep the puck moving in front of the net after a great play by Fornelius. Faked the goalie from going behind the net and gives it out front to Chow. So we are tied here at 1 with 13:44 in the third period. Shots 29-28 for Utah. So we'll see if the Utes can build on this momentum and go on to get a few more plays on net.
Yeah, Josh, it's always good to see a power play perform. You know, coach picks those select few guys just because they're the best on the ice there. So there's a reason they're out there, and there's a reason they're putting pucks in the net.
Once again, Otto Chow with the goal from Nick Fornelius. And no other assists. So it looks like our first line King is on the ice. King wins the draw back to Banks. Banks has a hard time controlling the puck on the far side half wall in his own zone, but chipped on out by Meyer. Meany to Banks. Banks brings it over the red line into the offensive zone. Banks gets it on deep. Wins a little race around an Alabama defender. Brings it on into the front of the net and just can't be taken in by Alex King. Alabama gains control over the offensive zone blue line into the Utah defensive zone. Chipped on out by Petrie, stays in the middle. Oh, just a great block by Petrie. Meany with the battle on the far side half wall. Puck rung around the defensive zone net by Alabama. Petrie gains control. Gains control again. Alabama steals the puck back, brought it back on into the Utah defensive zone on the near side half wall. Chips it on across to the Alabama defender, shoots, and a big save by Casper. Kudar on the far side brings it on over the red line, chips it on deep, and we'll see Alabama's goaltender Kingsbury hang on. Kudar brings it on in with the hard charge on the Alabama goaltender. Looks like it could have been a crowd brought in there, but the ref does a good job on getting involved and making sure that nothing happens. What do you think about that one there, Jack?
Yeah, Kudar did a good job crashing that. You know, you always want to see your team, your offensive team, crashing that hard like that, getting after the goalie, but it's also good on the offensive or the defensive team, Alabama. You know, when something like that happens, you definitely can't say, you have to say something about it. So they definitely tried to get in Kudar's head a little bit there. You know, they touched him a bit, so that's good. That's good. That's what we want to see out of hockey.
Alabama with the face-off win, brought out into the neutral zone, over the red line, into the Utah defensive zone. Nice block by Barnes into the near side corner. Back to the Alabama point on the near side. Chipped in. A nice save by Casper. Reed Hunter can't control the puck off the rebound. Taken by Barnes. Barnes brought in. Pushed on and over the red line. And Barnes in a little one-on-one. Nice shot and just shot wide by Barnes. Lieber Knight gets the puck at the near side point. Tries to chip it on deep. Can't quite get it there. And great position by Cody West there to chip the puck out. Barnes corrals the puck on the far side corner in the Utah defensive zone. Chips it on up to Reed Hunter. Hunter can't control the puck. Forney can't gain the control either. Chipped on out by Reed Hunter. Ooh.
That's a sneaky one right there,
Yeah,
Josh.
it's a little weird bounce there. Lieber Knight gains control behind the defensive zone. Chips it on in behind Cody West. Cody West can't gain control either. Alabama gains control coming into the blue line. Forney chips it on in. Alabama tries to chip it deep. Can't quite get it there. Bounce off a Utah player. Cody West grabs the puck over the other child, brought it in the offensive zone. Tries to make a move. Can't quite get there. And Alabama gains control back. Brings it on in over the red line. Alabama holds it on in. Tries to ring it around a little behind the back pass. Far side half wall to the point. Shot and up and out of play. with 11 minutes and 3 seconds left. We have shots at 31-30 for Alabama, tied at 1 in the third period here. This is kind of what we saw last night, huh, Jack?
Yeah, we've been having a good game so far. Each team's has pretty good opportunities. No one's really stood out so far. So shots are even, goals are even. Let's see what happens. Got 11 minutes to play here left. Be an interesting game.
Face-off battle lost by King, pushed on in deep by Alabama. Alabama, King gains control, pushes on all the way across for Meany. Meany chips it on in and will be an icing. Lots of Utah hockey alumni in the building tonight. We've seen multiple players that have been here throughout some tough times here for Utah, but also some good times. So it's good to see a lot of the older players come back and be a part of the program.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to see some of the older guys in town.
Banks wins it on in, brings it across his own crease, skates hard, brings it on in over the red line into the offensive zone for Banks. Banks pushed it on in behind the net. Up and way high and touches the ceiling.
Looks like number 13 here for Alabama goes down on the boards trying to back check there, get to Darren Banks. Looks like he's getting up right now and won't need the trainer. Looks like he just took a rough tumble on the boards there. That's never fun. You never like to see that, Josh.
Getting up very gingerly, and we didn't quite see what we wanted to see there. Looks like the Alabama coach has something to say. He's down on the bench trying to talk to a linesman, just trying to get an explanation for what's going on. Alabama's a very well coached team, and they seem to have done a great job this year, especially being ranked, and look to if they win a couple more games, they could be on their way to nationals.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, they're 23 right now, so it's top 20 spots do go to nationals. So if they win a few more games here, they might make it.
Patrick Casper holds on there for a face-off in the near side dot here in the defensive zone. Nice little line change here for the Utes, and we will see Nick Fornelius, Cody West, and Otto Chow once again the line that scored a goal for the Utes.
You've seen this line on a lot of big plays, offensive and defensive tonight. Seems like Coach Harris is trusting them tonight. They're doing a good job.
Nick Fornelius chips the puck out. Cody West loses the battle, chips it all the way back out, and Tristan Lieberknight tries to just basically chop one in the middle and can't gain control. Right back to Tristan Lieberknight, tries to win the puck over the red line, make a move, and gets the puck deep. Puck chipped back out into the neutral zone for Alabama. Alabama brings it on into the red line. Broken up by Brett Meyer. Brett Meyer makes a move towards the middle, back to Fornelius. Fornelius brings it over the red line. Chips the puck in. Alabama goaltender back out to the play the puck. And a big hit by Nick Fornelius as Alabama tries to bring the puck out into the neutral zone over the red line with some speed to the far side and just out of the reach for Alabama's forward. Back to behind the net for Alabama. Alabama looking for an open guy. Casper with the big stop in front of the net. Alabama gains control on the near side half wall. Slap shot. And we'll see a slashing penalty to David Barnes for going through the front of the net with 9 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third period. And looks like Fornelius and Barnes did not like the call. So we will see Guy Petrie, Brett Meyer, Alex King, and Darren Banks here with a 2-minute penalty to Barnes for slashing. Face-off lost there by King. Guy Petrie tries to chip it out. Stop by Rooney. Stop. And a big shoulder save by Casper.
That puck goes up and out of play, Josh. That's a big save right there when we got that penalty when we're man down. So it's good to see Patrick Casper stepping up tonight for us.
with 9 minutes even. We're 1:49 left in the penalty kill for Utah. Chipped all the way out by King. Alabama regroups in their own zone. One man into the offensive zone for Alabama. Chipped on out by Banks. Banks tries to get it all the way out and into the up and into the Utah zone. The Utah bench there. Face off just outside of the defensive zone for Utah after that chip out. And we'll see Fornelius against Joseph. Joseph with the clean win back into the neutral zone. Alabama defenseman regrouping in the neutral zone. Gives it on in, up and over the red line. Brings it on into the offensive zone for Alabama. Utah setting up into their PK all the way across and holds. And Casper with the hold. And shove it in for the goal for Joseph. And that'll make 2-1 Alabama. Just looks like the rebound control just didn't happen to be there for Casper, and he slid just out of place on just out of accident there.
Yeah, no, Alabama's power play tonight has been doing a wonderful job converting. They've got 2 goals on the power play tonight, both goals for them. So their first and second line, or whoever they've got out there, their staff's been doing really well tonight.
And we'll see how the Utah Utes react here after being down 2-1 with 8 minutes left. Last night they did a good job in coming back and being able to score there late in the game. Petrie holds the puck in, gets it on deep, and we will see the Alabama offense try to break it on out. Alabama brings it on into the offensive zone, makes a move on Petrie, and can't quite get there. Gives it on in, all the Utes on one side. King loses the puck battle. Alabama gains control on the near side of half wall. All the way across to McInnes for Alabama. All the way across the blue line for Lavoren. Tipped and up and out of play by Banks, with the face-off happening in the inside of the Utah zone. We are 7 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third period here. Utah trails Alabama 2-1. Shots on net 37-32, and let's see how Utah reacts here. Hopefully they can pull one out and put one in. With
plenty of time left for a single goal here to tie the game up.
Chipped on in by the Utes all the way into the defensive zone. Alabama gains control over the red line, put on in on the Casper. Casper holds, and we'll have a defensive zone draw for Utah with in the far side dot. Sorry about that. It'll be the near side dot in the defensive zone. Forney versus Joseph here. Let's see if Forney can win one, and he does. All the way back, Lieberknight in a battle in the corner with the 3 Alabama forwards. Fornelius finally comes in to help out. Forney helps win the puck battle all the way across to Chow. Chow gets the puck over the red line, chips it on deep below the goal line of Alabama. All the way across, keeps it on deep. Oh, and a big check on Chow there. Alabama gains control over their own blue line and across the red line into the Utah defensive zone. Guy Petrie chips it in the far side of half wall to the Alabama defenseman who tries to make a move and held out by Meyer. Meyer blocks a shot, gives it on up to Chow. Chow chips it on up to West and can't quite get there. Alabama defenseman holding it and waiting to look for his spot. Tries to play it all the way up and broken up by Brett Meyer. Brett Meyer tries to regroup in the neutral zone, giving on to Guy Petrie. Petrie looking for an option, gives the ball back to Brett Meyer. Brett Meyer makes a move in the neutral zone, all the way across the red line. Looks and brings it on in behind the Alabama goal. Gives it.
Yeah, Meyer's been doing a wonderful job tonight of bringing the puck through the neutral zone. he's been doing a good job, he and Petrie, of regaining possession of the defensive zone, bringing it in with speed, and then keeping it deep in the offensive zone. So that's what we like to see out of our defensemen here.
Utah bringing on back to the neutral zone. Chipped on back in across the red line by Alabama. Dumped on in by Alabama into the defensive zone of Utah. Pendle wins it on in, gives it back to Kudar. Kudar chips it on out, and the race beaten by King. King tries to make a move. Oh, and a nice reverse hit on King. Meany gains control of the puck, brings it on into the near side half wall, tries to cycle on back to King, but can't quite get there. Banks wins the faceoff, tries to put it on net, can't quite put it on front. Banks in a puck race with an Alabama defender and wins it. Two Utah forwards against the Alabama defenseman, and they lose the race. Alabama brings the puck out of their own zone, tries to chip it deep, tipped by David Barnes and brought in behind his own net. Barnes loses his footing and slid across, and we'll have a goal for Alabama as a beautiful play across the crease for the Alabama forwards after Barnes loses his footing there. Looks like just a rough play there for Barnes for losing his footing and losing the puck there at the end. Just like bad luck there. So
yeah, that's always tough, losing an edge there. Looked like he tried to regain his footing there and get back to the play, but it couldn't quite happen in time. So Alabama did a wonderful job of taking advantage of that fall there on David Barnes and converted.
Utah wins the neutral zone faceoff, and we will see Chow win it on in. So now we are 3-1 Alabama with just under 5 minutes to go here in the third period. Shots 39-33 Alabama, and we will see if Utah can get a couple back here and make some good plays. Brett Meyer with the great play, spin around shot, and just missed. Alabama tries to gain control behind their own net and chip it up the half wall, giving on up to the middle of their own zone, up and through the neutral zone. Alabama across the defensive zone, dropped on in, shot across. Casper with the great save, stopped by Meyer. Meyer gives it on to Forney. Forney up and over the red line, tries to make a move, can't quite do it. Giving on up to the Alabama forwards across the red line. Broken on up by Guy Peachy. Guy Peachy tries to gain control and can't do it either. Alabama chips it on in to make a play and regroup in the neutral zone. Chipped on into Meany. Meany by himself. Winds up and just high. That would have been a sweet goal, but they're nice little shot there by Meany, but just couldn't quite put it on net.
Yeah, he sure does have a heavy shot there, but that one was just a little bit high, so there's no chance of converting on that one tonight.
Alabama gains control with some speed, brings it on over their red line. Meany tries to take down 26 and can't quite get there. 3 Utes below their own goal line and try to get to the middle net, and Barnes just gives it away to an Alabama forward. Puck given on loose to an Alabama forward in front of the net. King wins the battle, gives it on into Banks, who comes in and over the red line, into the Alabama defensive zone. Chipped on into King and can't quite get there as he crashes into the goalie of Alabama. And we will see a stoppage in play here as King ran into the Alabama goalie. Looks like head on head. Great little play there by the guys to take the puck to the net, but just can't quite convert. King just couldn't hang on to that puck there.
Yeah, looks like the Alabama goalie there. He took one for the team there, but he got right back up, so it looks like he's good to go.
We are 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third period. Alabama up 3-1 with the shots being 40-34 for Alabama, and we will see a timeout for Utah. Looks like Coach Hurst is confused on who called the timeout, but we shall see. So as we sit here in this timeout here, we got to think about what Utah needs to do while trying to make up this 3-1 deficit. We're thinking a couple more shots on net, as well as getting more traffic in front of the Alabama tender. Patrick Casper has done a great job in holding in the Utah Utes in this game. We will see when the goaltender is pulled, and we will make sure to keep you advised on when Patrick Casper makes his way to the net. So with 6 seconds left here in this timeout, and the faceoff being on the near side, just outside of the offensive zone of Utah, we will bring you back to the action. Looks like Alex King here to take the face-off against number 95, Bowman. Meyer lined up on the far side looking for a quick play. And Bowman loses the draw all the way across to Petrie. Petrie looks and wrapped around for Utah. Alabama does its best job on breaking the puck out. Can't be corralled by Petrie. Hanna tries to make a move on Meyer. Can't quite do it. Meyer in a battle with Hanna on the near side corner in the defensive zone of Utah. Up to Banks. Banks tries to bring it out. Can't quite bring the puck out. And upended, but no call. Banks gains control. Brought back into his own defensive zone. Tries to ring the puck all the way across. Brings it across the red line. Makes the move in the near side. Looks like Casper makes it all the way to the zone and dumped all the way down by Alabama. And we'll see puck put on it, and Barnes beats it just as it gets to the hash marks. Barnes brings the puck on out over the blue line of Utah. Chips it on to Meyer. Meyer chips it on into the Alabama goaltender, who hangs on. So with 2:08 left, Alabama is up 3-1. Utah has their goaltender pulled. Shots 40-34 for Alabama. Looks like we have Barnes, Lieberknight, Meyer, King, Banks, and Meany on the ice for Utah. Looks like a late change here for Guy Petrie for Lieberknight. And puck one all the way back out for Alabama. Petrie gains control of his, and up in the netting. So it looks like they didn't call that one, so they didn't blow the whistle. So King gets a free ride all the way out into the offensive zone. Stopped on the half wall. Give it to Petrie. Petrie in the slot. Chips. Just under King's stick, and King can't put it home. Chipped all the way in. Icing going to be called here on Alabama, and they can't make the change. So Utah needs to try to take advantage of this change here for Utah. So we'll see Petrie, Chow, and West come on for King, Banks, and Meany. Hopefully Forney can win this face-off here so we can make sure that they timeout here for Alabama so they can now take the change and see if they can't draw something up.
That looks like the end of timeout here for both teams. Got a minute timeout to figure out their strategy for the last 1 minute and 36 seconds of the third period. Alabama leads 3-1. They are leading the shot count 42-35 as well. So let's see what happens here in the last 1:36 in the third period. See if Utah can pull off a few goals here.
Yeah, that timeout we gave King, Banks and Meany time to rest as King loses the faceoff, rimmed around. Alabama, Meyer stops on the near side point, puts it on net, can't quite get there. Petrie holds it in, gives it on into Meany, and he can't get it shipped all the way down, and will go for an icing as the faceoff will come.
Yeah, it looks like Alabama's going for the goal there. Not the safe play of just getting it up in the air and out of their zone. So they're definitely going for the win tonight, and that's always good to see a competing team come out and not just turn over.
Face-off won by Utah, chipped on in, can't quite get on net. King wins the draw on the far side half wall, tries to chip it on in, giving them. Oh, and all the way out. And another icing for Alabama. So with 1:05 left, Utah will get another offensive zone draw here on the far side. King, let's see if he can win another clean one like he just did on the last one. King wins the draw, back to Barnes. Barnes gives it on in, trips all the way across to Meyer, who holds on the puck. Backhand move across, and scrum in front, and we'll see nothing come from it. Great job by Alabama's goaltender, Kingsbury, to hold on there, and we'll have another offensive zone draw for Utah, as now Alabama can change thanks to the goalie covering up. Looks like Meyer is going to take the face-off here on this side. Looking to push maybe to the front of the net, and he doesn't. Oh, King within the shot, and he can't hold it. Oh, just pushed out front, chipped all the way out by Alabama with 1 minute left, 45 seconds left here in the third period, excuse me. Alabama leads 3-1. Shot all the way down by Alabama. Meyer with this play, and can't chip it up to the middle. Alabama with the chip all the way out, held by Barnes. Barnes tries to chip it into the red line. Can't quite get it. Collides with his own teammate. King collides as well. Chip to Petrie, who puts it on net and held by Kingsbury. So with 26 seconds left, shots are 40-37 for Alabama, with the score still 3-1 for Alabama. Looks like King coming to take a face off here against number 95, Bowman. King wins the draw back to Barnes, who puts it on net. Can't hold it, and pushed just outside by Banks. Banks standing in front of the net, trying to disrupt something. Messina tried to win the puck battle. Meany gains the puck as well. Can't come on in because it'd be offsides. Push it on into Petrie. 10 seconds left here in the third. Looks like we're going to have another win against Utah for Alabama. Have it be 4 games this season. And with 2 seconds left, there will be an offensive zone draw for Utah. We will see Utah drop another season series against a Division I opponent. As Utah loses here 3-1 to Alabama, and with shots being 40-39 for Alabama, we will see another series here at Utah Fall. Alabama did a great job this series on just taking care of their own net and in their own zone and making plays towards the front of the net.
Yeah, it's always tough playing road games. You know, you get on the road, you got your bus legs, your playing legs, and especially moving up to elevation like this, they definitely stepped up and they worked harder than us, Utah here this series here. So they definitely deserve the win here. it'll be interesting to see where they go the rest of the season here.
Yep, and we're interested to see how Utah responds as they play the #1 team next weekend at home versus Minot. A couple of hard games up in Minot earlier in the season, but hopefully the elevation will slow them down and Utah can take advantage. So with this being Josh Dangle and Jack Sewell, I will leave you to the end of the game, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night.
Thank you for joining us, folks. Hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you.